For my garbage person this week, I am going to be throwing into the bin Wolverine. Not actual Wolverine or the actor. This was just sort of the closest approximation of a trend in America that I have noticed, and it is people who are horny to become vigilantes and to throw themselves into these protests and possibly hurt or kill some people. So you had the guy with the sword in Dallas. You had the guy with the bow. I'm not sure exactly where that was. Those are weirdly medieval weapons to confront protesters with and possibly kill someone, but they're not the weirdest. I want you to take a look at this video. This happened yesterday in Queens, and take a look at what happened when a guy in a car started berating people who'd been protesting. They say he had tried to hit them with his car. We don't have video of that, but here is what happened near the end.
Yeah, run!
So if you're not sure exactly what that is, that's because nobody knows exactly what that is, but he had some sort of multi-bladed glove weapon.
Sweaty Kruger.
Exactly. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt. He was identified and eventually taken in. He surrendered himself at the police. Reckless endangerment, menacing, criminal possession of a weapon. But this is another individual who decided to arm themselves and go out there. And the thing is, I'm sure he thought and will say, well, they were doing stuff, and so I had to defend myself, which is undercut a bit by you rushing after them and having that Assassin's Creed weapon on you. Why does anyone have that? Why did you have that in your car on your hand to deploy against these people who are protesting?
But, like, be a person, dude. Like, we just did it. We just talked about sports. But, like, there was something that my coaches would say, which is, don't be a robot. Don't just because you saw one time I told you to do this one thing. When you realize that it doesn't apply, you need to adjust. And think of everything that must have happened for this guy to get to the point before he gets out of his car. So this guy was surfing the web and ended up probably seeing a video either of Antifa from Project Veritas or something that was like some place on fire, or someone's tweet about that may or may not, that maybe saw the tweet that proved to be fake. He ended up seeing a tweet that proved to be fake from someone who was a white supremacist claiming to be Antifa, saying, let's go to the white people's houses and take what's ours. That was proven to be set up by trolls who were trying to fake everybody out and get you to go attack folks. So he got in that room, and as he's doing it, he's like wetting his knives. Like he's sharpening his knives and putting on this thing that he made, which obviously took at least 20 minutes to make. Probably days.
I mean, probably days.
It either took 20 minutes or 3 years to make this thing, right? So then he gets to the point where I'm going to drive down and I'm going to get people's up.
Yeah.
But at a point when you pull up in your Ford Explorer and you park it on the street and when you see them just standing there, you got to have a moment where you think to yourself, wow, these are just people on the street.
Yeah, I'm now running at people on the street with an insane thing that I made. Yeah. That's who you are. That is your identity now, is you're the person who went out looking for the first person that you felt justified to try to at least threaten, if not gut, with your weapons. I saw people saying they thought it was a punch dagger or katana. I don't think that it was either of those things. God only knows what it is. God only knows if it was real or if it was ornamental. I know it must have been absolutely terrifying for those protesters when this person comes out. But anyway, while I know, look, the Wolverine thing was a joke or whatever, this is a trend now of people wanting to get involved to attack the protesters. They want to put themselves into danger so they can justify potentially lethal force. That is a thing in America. That is what the Zimmermans are about. That's what all these people do. They put themselves in a position where they feel like they're in danger, and then anything they do can be justified. And thankfully, nobody apparently got hurt there. But when you got people with swords and bows and that guy, and there was a grandmother who tried to block a street from people with a baseball bat, this is not a good idea. You probably saw the video of protesters walking past this wall that had a bunch of white guys with AR-15s outside of it. Like, there are enough people who are willing to use their guns. There are enough people who secretly really want to use their guns. And so to have the president saying, you know, something, Second Amendment when talking about these protesters, it is going to end with people dead.
Yep.
Now, really fast, I do want to let you know that while that's Brett's Garbage Person and mine, what about all of you? Because we polled you for suggestions and then put together a poll on the community tab that this time just about 20,000 people participated in. And it looks like right now Tom Cotton got 3% of the vote as the community garbage person. Bill Barr is at 5%. Citizens attacking the protesters at 3%. So people do not agree with me. The police are at 32%. But Trump still wins with 58% of the vote. He basically always wins when he's on there. So he will not be on there next time because he was the winner. But police actually were the choice last time around. And so people are still pretty laser focused on that. And yeah, it's when you go out there and you protest, like you shouldn't be taking your life into your hands, but you just might be. And you never know where it's going to happen. I mean, these videos are not just from DC. They're not just from New York. They're from all over the place.
Yep.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.